Michael entered the recording area after a few minutes and suddenly stopped us and gave this big pep talk to the orchestra, and he kept excitedly saying and repeating, play your best. You have to play your best because Natalie needs a hit. She needs a hit on the charts. Please play your best, you know. And when we went back to rehearsing, I noticed while I was conducting the ensemble that I saw some musicians getting distracted. They weren't necessarily looking at the music. And then others were like trying to avoid laughing. They would look like they were laughing. So I turned around and I saw Michael behind me, half dancing and half swinging his arms. And I stopped and said, Michael, would you like to I offered him my baton, said, would you like to conduct this? And he shook his head, and then he said no, or just shook his head and ran back into the booth. So I managed to get rid of him, you know, relatively easy. So we started doing a number of takes, and each time that we came to the bridge, he felt that we just didn't provide enough energy, and he was hung up on that. And so every time I come in the control room, he kept saying, there's a lack of energy. There's a lack of energy here. We need to lift. We need to lift. I didn't notice that it had dropped, but, you know, obviously you don't object. He's the producer of the session. So finally, after about 3 or 4 passes, in that section, starting in the middle of that section, we weren't stopped, and it sounded just as good as all the others, and maybe a little better. Everybody knew it so well. But suddenly, out of nowhere, Michael got on the talkback and said, "That's it! You did it!" But unfortunately, it went through the stereo speakers in the room, which ruined the take. And so the whole section had a good laugh. I went in afterward and just said, hey, we were close. We can do it again. Don't worry. I calmed him down. And on the next take, we nailed it.